Hi guys, Dave here, and in today's video we're going to be learning how to play some open position dominant 7th chords. So dominant 7th chords are very useful chords. They're often used in blues and they can be used in loads of other genres to create tension in your music. We're going to be learning 6 today, so we'll jump straight into it. So the first dominant 7th chord we're going to be learning today is C7. So C7 looks and sounds like this. And it's quite a simple one to play. So if you already know your C chord, which looks like this, all we're going to do is place our little finger on the 3rd fret of the G string, and we're going to play the top 5 strings starting from A, and we've got a C7 chord. Super simple. Now let's move on to a A7 chord. So for the A7, what we're going to do is we're going to place our 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, and we're going to place our 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the B string. And you've got to be careful to make sure that these fingers don't touch the G string, because the G string is open in this chord. And what we are going to do is play the top 5 strings again, starting from A to the high E string. And there's an A dominant 7th chord. So our next chord is an E7 chord, and to play that, if you already know your E major chord, all we're going to do is take our ring finger off, and that is an E7. So make sure your middle finger and your index finger are not touching the D string, because the D string is open in this one, and we're going to strum all the strings, and we have an E7 chord. Now we are going to move on to the D7 chord. So the D7 chord is quite simple as well. So we're going to take our shape that we had for the A7, and what we are going to do is we are going to move it down 1 string to the G and the high E strings, and then we're going to place our index finger on the B string on the 1st fret and play the top 4 strings, and we have a D7 chord. The next chord we will be learning is the G7 chord. So the G7 chord kind of looks like this and sounds like this. So what we're going to do is, if you know your C chord, which you should already, then what we're going to do is we're going to take these 2 fingers and move them to the lowest 2 strings, so to the E and the A strings, and then we're going to take our index finger and put that on the same fret on the high E string, and then we're going to strum all the strings, and we have a G7 chord. This one's a bit of a stretcher, but it's doable, and it sounds like that. And our final chord will be a B7 chord, and the B7 chord looks and sounds like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to place our 1st finger on the 1st fret of the D string. We're going to place our 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the A string. We're going to take our 3rd finger, place it on the 2nd fret of the G string, and we're going to take our little finger and place it on the 2nd fret of the high E string. And our B string is going to be ringing out, so make sure none of your fingers are touching the B string to allow it to ring out. And we're going to play the top 5 strings, and that makes a B7 chord. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Let me know in the comments if it was, and like the video if you enjoyed the video as well. Also subscribe to my channel, because I'll be uploading loads more videos, and don't forget to click on the notification bell, because then you'll be notified every single time I release a new video. So I'll see you in the next video.